video. And I think my mic is on. Hi, everybody. Britt from Yoga Dog Fitness here at the Neighborhood House for yoga. A little bit of vinyasa style tonight, 60-minute class. Got my friends here with me. Thanks for showing up. Take a deep breath into the nose. Part the lips, exhale out through the mouth. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. We're going to start class with a little Nadi Shuddhana, which is a breathing technique of alternate nostril breathing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let the shoulders drop. Let the eyes open up. And then take your right hand and bring in, let's say the first 2 fingers, pointer finger and middle finger. Leave your thumb. Mine don't. I have other 2 fingers. Don't stick together. So, and then plug your right nostril. You're going to sit up tall. You're going to inhale through the nose and through the left nostril. And then you're going to exhale out through the left nostril. You're going to take your ring finger, and then you're going to plug the left side of your nose as you inhale through the right, and exhale out to the right. And then alternating back and forth. Plug the right, inhale through the left. Close your eyes if you like. Exhale out. And then just moving back and forth through those at your own pace. Not worrying about if you've changed direction too soon, but try to inhale through one side and exhale through that same side and then change sides. Now they do say throughout the day that it changes, a dominant nostril happens. Maybe take notice if one side is breathing easier than the other. Just a few more rounds on your own. Just inhale at switches. I've heard 90 seconds, every 90 seconds. I also heard every 4 minutes. So maybe you have a stuffy nose on one side, but so Nadi Shuddhana, just alternate nostril breathing. All right, let's bring the hand down, shake it out. And then we're going to come onto the back. We're going to lay onto the back. I'm going to move my blanket and all the way down to the back. So as you do transitions, think about those transitions, maybe using your core to come down. We're going to warm up the core with what I call tick-tock. Arms out like a T, palms down, knees up, lower back into the floor, back of the neck long. And then drop your knees to one side. They don't have to touch the ground. And then back up into the other side. Modification would be just to drop one knee at a time. And as you come through the center, try to really place the lower back on the floor. Just keep the breath flowing. Maybe drop the shoulders away from the ears, even as you're moving through your tick-tock. Let's go 2 more times tick-tock, left and right. And then meet me back center and bring the feet down to the floor. Feet about hip width apart, arms along the sides of the body, palms down. Walk your fingers towards your heels to lengthen your shoulders away from your ears, and then lift your hips towards the sky into bridge posture. Just lengthen through the back of the neck. Just holding up. Bring your arms up overhead, all the way above you. And as you lower the arms down, lower the hips down. So everything comes down together. And then inhale, lift everything up. Arms up overhead along the floor, hips up to the sky, and then exhale down. See if you can take notice of your spine as you lift up, and if you roll down one vertebrae at a time, tucking the tailbone if you like. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. And exhale down. And then 1 more, bridge posture. Lift up. And exhale down. All right, from here we're going to do some roll-ups. You can keep your feet on the floor, knees bent. You can use your hands on your legs or your elbows, anything you need to roll up through the spine. Take a deep breath, chin to your chest, and then you're going to lift up, sit up, all the way up. I'm like, am I? Am I? As you come all the way up, lift your arms to the sky. Take a deep breath. Again, if you want to hold onto your legs, use your elbows and hands to roll down. You're going to roll all the way down. Tuck your tailbone under, chin towards the chest as best you can. And maybe arms up overhead as you're on the floor. Inhale. And then exhale. Rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. As you get to the top, bracing through the core, lifting your hands to the sky. Use whatever you need. And then lower back down. Take a deep breath. Place your lower back on the ground, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, roll back up, chin to the chest. My feet slightly off the floor as I come up. Lift and brace, get some length there. Good. 2 more. Roll down, tuck your tailbone, legs straight or bent, whatever you like. Take a deep breath, lower back on the floor at first, tuck your tailbone, and then exhale. Arms up overhead, deep breath, bracing through the core, and then lower down. We're going to go 1 more time. And then lift all the way up. All right, we're going to stay seated here in a seated twist. So if you want to come into a seated posture, you're welcome to sit on your blanket or just however you want. You can have your legs out straight if you like. Bring your fingertips to the back of your head. We're going to do a little twist. See your elbows in your peripheral vision as you sit up tall. And you're just going to twist to one side with an exhale. And then come back center with an inhale. And exhale the other side. So working some obliques with our hips on the ground, trying to keep the hips stationary. Exhale, get that twist. Inhale, tall through the center. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's go a few more times. Inhale, tall. Just twist to your own range. Let's go 1 more time each side. Inhale through the center. Exhale as you rotate or twist or turn, whatever you want to call it. And then come back center. I'm going to flip over onto hands and knees. So however you want to get there, bring it on over for just a little bird dog hold. So hands underneath shoulders. You're welcome to go to forearms. Knees underneath hips. Brace your core. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and strengthen through the arms. Lengthen your right leg behind you. So you can keep the toes tucked or the foot flat, the one on the floor, whichever you like. And then lengthen the left arm. We're just going to hold for a few breaths. So really try to lift that back leg. Try to drop the right hip down slightly. And breathe. Lengthen through the fingertips. Try to bring your bicep in by the ear. Lengthen out as best you can. Make any adjustments to the shoulders and the core, through the neck. 1 more breath. We're going to lower down and change to the other side. So nice transition, smooth as you lift the left leg, keeping the left hip down. Hand underneath the shoulder, right arm lifts. Again, maybe bicep towards the ear, lengthen through the back toes and the front fingers. Good. If the left hip kind of popping up, maybe you could pull it down a little bit. Maybe you could pull your belly button in towards your spine, lift up like you have a little flame or fire underneath you. So if your belly seems to be down, pull it up. 1 more breath here. And lengthen, bring everything back down to the mat. Little Chandra C. We're going to work a little Chandra C, which is a vinyasa flow. So tuck your toes, lift your knees, and meet me in down dog. Just pedal it out and breathe. You're welcome to use forearms. You're welcome to be on your knees if you like. Anything that might feel good here, pedaling out the heels. Be strong through the arms. Or maybe you want to bend and straighten through the elbows. Anything you might want to move around. Sway, shake out the head. And then look towards the hands with an inhale. With an exhale, bring the feet to the top of the mat. Place your hands on your shins and inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise to the sky, however you'd like to get there. And take a deep breath all the way up here. Hands to the heart. Inhale, lift. Chandrasi, exhale down, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Hands down, right foot back. Right knee drops, right toes release. Inhale, arms up overhead for low lunge. Inhale. Good. Hands down, box the foot. Now the front foot comes back to meet the back foot. So you're welcome to go back into plank or stay on knees as you lower down through chaturanga. And inhale up to cobra or salabhasana or up dog, whatever you like. And back into down dog. So however you'd like to get back to down dog, and inhale. Right leg lifts. Right knee to the chest, right foot to the top of the mat. Drop your back knee gently. Release your back toes. So bring that right foot all the way back up. There you go. Drop that back knee. Good. And then lift up into low lunge on the other side. Take a deep breath. We're stretching through your hip flexors. We're bracing through the core, reaching through the arms, and then hands box the foot. We're coming to the front of the mat, so tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now, if you have any back issues, you want to bend your knees as we come all the way up, roll through ragdoll, all the way to the sky with an upper salute. And that's half Chandrasi, hands to the heart. Exhale. We're going to do left side. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Looking good, everybody. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down. Left foot steps back. Left knee drops. Toes release. Low lunge on this side. Inhale, reach. Drop that front hip forward if you can. Inhale, hands down. Front foot comes to meet the back foot, so maybe you want to tuck the toes, lift the knee, and go into plank, or maybe not. Maybe you're on your knees still. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Up dog has the legs off the ground. Pull back, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Left leg reaches. Knee to the chest, foot to the top of the mat here. Drop that back knee gently. Release those back toes and low lunge on the other side. Inhale. So moving with breath the best you can. Hands box the foot. Tuck back toes, lift back knee. Feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise, however you would like. Beautiful. We're going to add on a little bit. Hands to the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step back right foot, drop knee, release toes, low lunge, and hang out there for a breath. Push that back hip down, stretching through hip flexors, bracing through the core, reach the fingers. Take a deep breath. Take your right arm, right hand all the way down to the floor or a block as you give a little twist towards the inner thigh. Yeah, you're going towards the kitchen. Nice. And breathe. Good. You can always bring that top arm behind you if you want to bind, or lengthen it out in front of you if you want to extend, whatever might feel good. Bring that hand down to box the foot. Front foot to meet the back. All the way down, lowered down. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Down dog. Exhale. Right leg to the sky. Knee to the chest, foot to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee, release the back toes, low lunge. Inhale. Left hand comes down for that twist towards the road. Exhale. Beautiful. Drop those hips forward if you can. Bring those shoulders away from the ears. Maybe bring that top arm behind you if you want a little bit of a bind, or up overhead for a reach. Whatever might feel good. One more breath. Box the foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise. Nicely done. Hands to the heart. We're going to go to the other side. So inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back your left foot. Knee drops gently. Release toes. Low lunge. Breathe. Right, left hand down. Give that twist. Again, you can bind anything you want to do. Shake it out. Find some space. Hands come down. Box the foot. Front foot comes back to meet the back foot. Knees or no knees, lower down, chaturanga. Strong, inhale, cobra, up dog, salabhasana. Pull back, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Knee to the chest, foot to the top of the mat. Back knee drops gently. Release back toes. Inhale, lift, low lunge. Drop that right hand down, turn towards the inner thigh. Exhale. Nice. Box the foot with the hands. Tuck back toes, lift back knee, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise. We're going to build on. Exhale, hands to the heart. Here we go again. We're going to add on. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands on the shins. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, right foot back, right knee drops, right toes release, low lunge. Inhale. Here comes that twist, right hand down. Beautiful, and breathe. So look at my notes. Oh, yeah. All right, from here, the left hand comes down. Now stay open-minded here. Maybe rock your hips left and right a little bit. And then from here, try to come back center. If you need to put a pad up your knee, you can do so. Try to bring your heel towards your glute. Now maybe that's where it stays, right? Or maybe you want to reach around and reach for the foot for a little bind. Now if you don't want to or you can't reach it, maybe you can reach for your pant leg or anything you like that. Anything you want to add in or take away. Yep, you can use either arm. Try to drop your hips forward. Snuggle out of your shoulders. Brace your core. Maybe sway hips left and right. Release that bind, that half bow. All the way down, hands down. Front foot to meet the back. Lower down, chaturanga. So we're in plank and we're lowering all the way down. There you go. Half, cobra. I got you. Pull back, down dog. Right leg to the sky. Knee to the chest, foot to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee, release the back toes. Inhale, low lunge. Left hand comes down for that twist. Hang out there for a breath or two. Maybe sway the hips. Maybe turn the hand or the arm right into the shoulder socket. Something to loosen up. We're going to do that bind on this side. Bring your hands down. Good. Bring that back heel in towards your glute. If you want, reach around. Inhale, exhale. See what you can loosen up. Take your time. Maybe it's not happening. That's all right. See, now you wish you had the strap, right? Where is that strap? All right, release. Hands down. Tuck back toes, lift back knee. Feet to the top of the mat. I think I skipped the other side. No, I didn't. Exhale, forward fold, and inhale to rise. Woo, hands to the heart. Now the left side. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot back. Right knee drops. Toes release. Low lunge. Now you know where we're going a few times. Right hand comes down for that twist. And breathe. Maybe you want to bring that heel in and reach back for it here. That bind. Maybe not. Maybe you want to stay in the twist. Shake out the shoulders, lengthen through the neck. Don't do anything that doesn't feel good. You can sway left and right, even without holding on to the foot. And then come back center, release the foot, drop, stay right where you are, and pull your hips back towards your heel, and then front toes to the sky for half split. Hamstring stretch. You want to bring your toes towards your nose to stretch the back of the leg. Exhale down, forward fold. Take a breath or two here, sway left and right. Like I wish I had 3 blocks, right? For all my T-Rex arms, I wish I had reached the floor. Come back center, come back forward. Good, front foot's gonna meet the back. So bring that front foot all the way back. Chaturanga, with or without knees, strength, lowered down, bracing through the core. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky. Right knee to chest, right foot to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee. Low lunge. You got it. Inhale, lift. Left hand comes down for that twist. Breathe. And you know what's coming up next. You can do it or not. Pull in the heel, reach back, and bind if you want. You just reach back for it, maybe trying to bring the heel towards, or just trying to drop that hip flexor down towards the floor. If you don't want to reach for the heel, you can just try to drop that hip flexor down a little lower. All right. This is where we're trying to get a stretch up the quadriceps and hip flexors. Here comes that half split as you release. Hands on the mat, pull back. Front toes lift, make any adjustments you like. Sway, breathe. Hamstring stretch to the front. Exhale. Toes towards the nose, that stretches the back of the leg. I like to give a little sway left and right with the hips. All right, come back center. Come back forward, tuck your toes, feet to the top of the mat. Both feet to the top, inhale, half lift. Exhale, we got one more side. Inhale to lift, all the way upper salute, doing great. Keep breathing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Left side, inhale. Last time, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, left foot back, knee drops, toes release. Inhale, low lunge. Left hand comes down for the twist and breathe. Maybe pull the heel in or not. Maybe you just want to push that hip flexor down, but maybe you want to get. So hanging out here, if you have the foot, if you don't have the foot, work on pushing your hip flexor down towards the floor a little bit. If you do have the foot and it's okay on your knee, maybe try a little bit of balance, working both hands on your bind. Now, hopefully not right on top of the knee. I like to be on the front, like on the lower quadriceps, so not right on the kneecap. But if this doesn't feel right, don't do it, right? All right, release down. Inhale, exhale. Pull back, that half split. Whoo, exhale down. Now, if you want, in this half split, maybe you tuck your back toes, and maybe you bring your hips just a little bit lower, or maybe you don't have to tuck your back toes. So it's really gonna be a big stretch on the knee. So if it's too much, don't do it. But if it feels good, try it out. Exhale, forward fold. So with my back toes tucked under, I got a toe stretch happening also. And I'm gonna roll all the way back up. Inhale, front foot to meet the back, all right? Lower down with upper body strength, the with or without knees, beautiful. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Pull back, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Inhale, knee to the chest, exhale. Foot to the top of the mat. Drop the back knee, last time, release. Inhale up. Right hand comes down, twist towards the inner thigh. Exhale. Try not to judge it as you come back through. Bring that back heel in. Maybe reach back for it. Drop those hips forward. That's more important than grabbing the foot, is just dropping the hips forward. So if it's too much, don't do that. Just try to drop the hips forward. So Pam, release your foot. There you go. Drop that hip forward for me. Yeah, that hip flexor. You know, that hip. Bring it forward towards the top of the mat. Walk your front foot forward for me. There you go. Now drop your hips forward towards the front of the mat. Yeah. All right, if you want to try that balance or bind with both hands, it's there for you. If not, don't worry about it. All right, still breathing. And then release into that half split. So nice and easily pull back, front toes to the sky. If you want to sit back down, I'm going to tuck my back toes, stretch my toes. And again, this knee is a little happier than the other knee. So maybe a little flexible on one side. Beautiful. Sway, breathe, you got it. Do your best. We're not here to judge it. You're just here to investigate it. And then roll back up. Unbelievable. Both feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. I say unbelievable. It doesn't matter how many things I put in airplane mode. Something rings. Exhale down. Beautiful. Take a moment in Tadasana to fix whatever you need to fix. Adjust the brain, your breath. Close your eyes if you like. Beautiful Chandra seas, working through that flow. One side at a time. Maybe take notice of your breath with your nostrils if you have a dominant side at the moment. One more breath into Tadasana mountain posture, making any adjustments that you like. Let the eyes come open. Take a breath above. Sun salutation A. Bring it all the way down with an exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring both feet back. Now you can always drop your knees. Let's take the shoulders right over the wrists. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and brace to the core. If you find that you're kind of bowing, then place your knees down because it's more important to be stable through that. Good. Lower down, chaturanga. Pull through to cobra. And then pull back to down dog. Pedal it out and breathe. You can go down to the forearms. You can use the knees if you like. Good. Take a deep breath. Look towards your hands. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise. See, now, sun salutation A seems so easy, right? It's beautiful after Chandra C. Inhale, lift. We're going to add on. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down. Walk, hop, skip all the way, feet back. Now, hang out with your hands underneath your shoulders. Good. Actually, let's drop the knees gently and release the toes. You're going to keep your shoulders and your hips in alignment as you pull your elbows in towards your ribs. So look forward just slightly for me, like you have a little flame underneath your chin. Pam, drop your hips a little if you can towards the floor. So dropping hips toward, there you go. You're going to lower down with your elbows tickling your ribs to the degree that you want to lower, and you're going to push back on up. We're going to do it 2 more times. You're going to lower down, maybe just halfway, maybe quarter way. Elbows to the ribs. Can you bring your elbows into your ribs? Good. And 1 more time. Yeah, keep them close, even if it's right, even if it's minuscule. Pull your hips back towards your heels. Lengthen your arms and close knee child's pose. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Exhale. Breathe, breathe. Take 1 more breath here. Roll up through the spine as you tuck your tailbone under, rolling all the way through. Tucking your toes underneath you, lifting your knees into down dog. Exhale. Take a breath or 2 in down dog, pedal it out, move it around, press your heels down, get out of compression. See what you can lengthen. Inhale, look towards your hands, and exhale, bring your feet to the top of the mat, however you'd like to get there. As you inhale, half lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to the sky. Maybe you want to bring your arms out front sometimes instead of to the sides. It's fine, change it up. Hands to the heart, exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step, walk, hop back into your plank. Now this time, in your plank posture, you can lower both knees down. So you want to have your hips down low, right? Your elbows are going to tickle the ribs. So turn the fronts of your arms forward. So I call it the eye of the elbow, right? This time, you can come down to the knees or just bring your right knee down. See if you can broaden through the chest a little bit by retracting your shoulder blades, pulling them together. Lower down in that push-up with 1 knee down, and then push back up. So you might want to go quarter way, halfway, lower down again. Try to keep broad through the chest and push back up, even if you don't come all the way down. One more time. Maybe you just go a little bit and then push back up. Good. Bring that knee back up. Drop the knees gently. Release the toes. Pull back child's pose. Close knee, child's pose. You're welcome to part your knees if you like. Bring your hips towards your heels. Exhale. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Tuck your tailbone, round through your back. Tuck your toes under onto the mat. Lift your knees and into down dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Exhale. You're like so many push-ups. Yep. Upper body strength. Good. Inhale, look towards the hands. This time, try maybe one big step to the top of the mat and another big step. Inhale, half lift. Get out of compression. So hands on the shins. Little bend in the knee, a micro bend in the knee. Good. Brace through the core. Lengthen through the top of the head. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise to the sky. Nicely done. We got one more. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale. We'll stick with 3 push-ups. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Hands on the shins as you inhale, half lift to get some length through the back. You want a nice flat back. Exhale, hands down. Step back, walk back, jump back. So hands underneath the shoulders. So you have knees down or one knee. We're going to keep both knees up this time if you want. If you want to try that, just go down a little bit and then push back up. You don't have to come down low. Take an inhale. Exhale. You're going to stay broad through the chest. And maybe just come down so your upper arms are parallel. No lower than that. Let's go for 3. And one more. Now I'm going to gently place the knees down. Release the toes. Pull back child's pose. This time widen the knees. And exhale all the way back. You can tuck your toes or leave them flat, depending if you need to stretch to the tops of the feet or the toes more. Maybe sway left and right a breath or 2. Inhale, look towards your hands. Come all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Tuck your toes. Exhale into down dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. Now, if you want, you can always drop that floored foot knee down or your left knee gently down. Come on all fours instead. And then just try to open up into scorpion, maybe 3-legged dog or scorpion. Just trying to open the hip. See if you can circle that knee around. Nice big circle hip opener. So we're stacking the hips like a book. Beautiful. Change direction. Come back center. Both feet down onto the mat. Take a deep breath in. Opposite leg floats to the sky. Just going to do the other side. Scorpion, 3-legged dog. Roll that knee in a big circle. Beautiful. Nice job, everyone. All right, change directions. Try to make the biggest circle you can make with that knee. All the way up, all the way around. Good. All right, come on back, feet on the ground, down dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look towards the hands. Exhale, bring the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. All the way up, hands to the heart. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lift. Last time. Exhale, down. I think this will be 4. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, feet back. So your choice, 3 push-ups here. Your choice, knees, one knee, no knees. But do it with a nice flat body or a nice straight body. Inhale. And just maybe halfway down and push back up. Good. Stay broad through the chest. Nice. Woo. It's challenging, but that's all right. Good. And then drop the knees and pull back to down dog, a child's pose, whatever way you'd like. Maybe close knee, maybe wide knee. Slide your right hand towards your body. Slide it underneath, across your body. And exhale, fold over for that thread. If you rather, you can face your palm upward or downward, whichever way you'd like to face it. Just coming through. And then slide it back all the way up to the top. We're just going to change sides. Left hand comes down, slides through. Again, palm up, palm down, up to you. Little variations, different muscles. Feel into what feels good. All right, come back, center both hands out. Up onto hands and knees, tuck your toes, down dog, meet me there. Exhale, look towards your hands with an inhale and bring your feet up to the top of the mat with an exhale. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold, and inhale to rise. Almost done with standing, exhale. Take your right leg and step it all the way back to the back of the mat so you'll be facing the street on that side. I'm just going to change sides so I can show you. I'm going to step back with my left foot so we're all facing the same direction. And into goddess. So turn your toes out. Knees and toes travel in the same direction. Shoulders over hips. Brace to the core. And then cactus the arms. Take a deep breath there. Oh, yeah. You maybe look up, or maybe not. Maybe you want to lengthen your arms into a V. It's up to you. Sit down a little lower in your squat, in your goddess or temple, and whatever works for you. So making sure the knees are traveling over the toes and not bowing in, right? You might want to turn your toes. If your knees are doing that, they want to travel together. One more breath here. We're going to stand all the way up, kick the heels out, bring the toes in, and forward fold all the way down. You can use a block if you need to grab the floor. Top of the head faces the floor. Just an inversion for the upper body. So sway left and right, shake out the jaw. Exhale. And then come back center, bend into the right knee. Yeah, and lift the left toes to the sky. So a nice big stretch to those inner thighs of the left leg or inner muscles. If you can play with a little bit of balance and martial artist stretch. Maybe namaste mudra. Maybe you need to keep your hands down, or fine. Maybe you want to take that left hand and shoot it right towards those left toes. Anything that might feel good. Another option would be to drop the right hand down outside the right leg, lift the left arm to the sky. For side stretch, you can point the toes away. Nice big side stretch all the way. Anything that may or might work, right? No big deal. Fall out, come back in. All right, all the way back through. We're going to come out the way we came in. So we're going to go into that forward fold. Heels out. Toes in. And then you can roll up one vertebrae at a time as you pull your heels in, kick your toes out, and into goddess or temple. And breathe. Good. We're going to starfish, straightening the legs and reaching through the arms all the way up to the sky. Hands come down to the hips. We're going to turn towards the short edge front of the mat, and both feet meet at the top of the mat. Inhale. We're going to do it on the other side. So inhale, lift. Good. Hands come down. Step back all the way with the left foot, I believe now. Yeah. And then turn towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift. This time, take the hands and slide them down the outside of the leg. Kick your heels out. You can have a little bend in the knee, but try to keep them as straight as possible as you kick the heels out for forward fold. Now, if you can, grasp the outsides of your feet and the outsides of the arches. Pull your elbows towards your shins or to the outside of your calf, and gently pull yourself down, which will give you your own traction and maybe a little adjustment. Pull your belly button towards your spine and engage the muscles in your pelvis. Exhale. Lengthen through the back of the legs. Don't go too far. If this is too far, back off. You don't have to look like anybody else, so you might want to back off. Just shake out your head and try to keep your legs straight. Try to keep breathing. One more breath here. We'll move into goddess. Bend your knees slightly if you need. Roll up one vertebrae at a time as you bring your heels in, toes out. Cactus the arms and down into goddess posture. Good. Take your right elbow towards your right knee. A little bit of a tick-tock. So lateral lean and then left elbow to left knee or quadricep. And just move back and forth a few times. Good. Nice and slow and controlled, working through the core. Yeah, you can lengthen the opposite arm if you want. That feels good. Beautiful. I love variations. And then come back center. Good. Straighten the right leg. Leave the left knee bent and come all the way down. So your back toes are up towards the sky. Good. Try to drop that front heel down the best you can. Can you drop that front heel down? No? You're like, no. Then don't do it. All right, and if you want to play with a little bit of balance, you can or not. No big deal. This is the iffy knee also. If you have an iffy knee, don't do it. Stay propped if you want to work that balance. Right hand towards the right toes. And another option would be drop that left arm to the outside and up and over. Point the toes away. Nice long stretch to the side. That's challenging in itself. Beautiful. Yeah, get out of there. Too much. No need to hurt anything. Come back through. Right? Walk it back to that wide leg forward fold. Exhale. Bend the knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Pull the heels in to that goddess. Oh, yeah, we need to get out of here. We need to stretch it out and then turn towards the short edge of the mat, bringing both the feet to the top of the mat. And inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to the heart, widen the feet, turn the toes out. You know where we're going, Malasana. Love to come down to the mat this way, so we're going to bring it all the way down. If you need any adjustments to get your body down to the mat, you can do that. As you come down, you're going to lower your booty down. If you need to use your hands or anything else, you're welcome to do that. All right. Bring the right leg in or right foot into the inner thigh of the left leg. Half butterfly. Inhale, arms up overhead. You made it. You made it. Exhale, forward fold. So you can use a block if you need. You can use the block behind you if you need. And then just feel some length somewhere. Maybe it's in your lower back. Maybe it's in your hamstrings. Maybe you're lengthening your exhales. One more breath here. Exhale down. And then release, roll all the way up. Half hero, challenging posture. So take note, if you want to stay in half butterfly, is fine. We're going to take the knee to the sky. You can also stay there with the knee to the sky, just kind of working on your posture. But if it's all right, take the foot to the outside and behind you. So we're going to bend the knee, top of the foot on the ground. Try not to let your foot kick out to the side. Inhale, exhale, and then walk yourself back. Now, fingers towards the body, they're helpful. That way you can bend the elbows. Nice stretch up your quadriceps. You can lay down to your own degree. If you don't lay down, don't lay down. Maybe you're on your forearms. So you're just stretching the top of the foot, even underneath the knee to their own degree. Don't push it because these areas you want to stay safe. You want to use them tomorrow. Take one more breath here. And then gently and slowly, now we could stay there for a while, work your way up, no rush. All the way to seated. Good, bring that back leg around. Soles of the feet meet. Bend your knees, pull your feet into your chest, take a deep breath, and forward fold into bound angle. So you're gonna have your hands out front, but if you want, you can also bind them underneath the legs. Roll the chin to the chest. Tuck your tailbone under. Again, you don't have to do that. You can just have them on top, holding onto the feet. Maybe sway and breathe. Chin to the chest. One more breath here. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. So a little pigeon variation. So we're going to lengthen the left leg in front of us. We're going to bring the right leg behind us. And then we are going to bend the front leg or the right leg in. So what I'd like to do is bring that knee right underneath you. If you want to stay in traditional pigeon posture, that's fine, or deer posture. But I'm going to sit right up on top of my foot and my leg. If that doesn't work for you, make any adjustments, lengthening my back leg away. I'm going to forward fold over that front leg. So again, if you want a variation into deer posture, I love deer posture. Yeah, right there. Stay right where you are. Beautiful. And then forward fold on that. Beautiful. Nice. Any adjustments you want to make? I've had a lot of issues with my left knee in the last really couple years. I had a Baker's cyst, which is fluid in the knee, and be very careful and take care of your thing. Take care of your body, and slowly and surely, with movement and care, hopefully not surgery, you can come back. So no problem. All right, one more breath here. And then push all the way up. We're going to bring both the feet to the top of the mat, so swing the legs back around. You're going to lengthen your right leg, bring your left foot to your inner thigh. Inhale, arms up overhead, and half butterfly on the other side. So again, you can use a block on the sides if you want, or if you want to use your block behind your foot, down or strap, you can do that. Back off if you need. It's not about how far you can fold. A lot of times flexibility is genetics or just history of stretching. We want to stretch and strengthen equally. One more breath here in your forward fold. And then release. Roll up one vertebrae at a time slowly. I'm going to bring that knee to the sky. And again, you can hang out here if you want, just working on your posture, or if you want to kick that foot behind you. If you want to work deer posture, you're going to bend the top foot in or the front foot in and just fold there. We're going to go into half hero first. So top of the foot on the ground, just half hero. Full hero would be both legs doing this. And then I'm going to walk back, fingers towards the body so I can bend my elbows. Or you might want to have your arms wide. That's fine too. Or you might not want to lean back at all. See if you can adjust your hips. Maybe your knee lifts up. Just don't go too far. You want to feel a stretch in the hip flexors and the top of the leg. And of course, you're going to feel it in the front of your foot. So to your own degree, where your body says that's enough, and then that's enough. Exhale. And then slowly, we're going to rise back up. Your own time. Good. You're going to take the front foot in. Again, you can work on that deer posture here, or straightening the back leg into pigeon. I'm going to fold mine right underneath like I did the other side. So almost like kind of a pencil, nice and straight. My foot's right underneath my hamstrings, and then forward fold. So it's a real deep stretch for the front knee. And I find sometimes pigeon is maybe too aggressive at that angle. You can always sway the hips left and right here. And then one more deep breath here. Work your way back up nice and slowly. Maybe sit onto that right hip. Bring your back foot all the way around to that bound angle one more time. So feet touch, soles of your feet touch. Pull them in as much as you want. Take a deep breath and then forward fold. Again, you can have your hands out. Maybe you want to try the bind underneath just to pull yourself down gently. This time maybe look towards your big toes. And exhale, forward folding that way. And if you did that last time, then curl in. So little variations. We're going to turn this into reclined bound angle, which means we're going to keep the feet the same, but we're going to lower the body down. Exhale, release if you have the arms underneath. You can keep the legs as they are or change them any way you like. As we tuck the tailbone under, we're going to lower all the way down with core strength, right? Use the hands if you like. Can be challenging. Timber, right? Recline bound angle for a few breaths here. Make any adjustments. Feet closer to the body. Maybe cactus out the arms. Or V them out. T them out. Maybe work on the lower back, kind of pressing into the floor a little bit. Or rocking. Turning your head left and right. A little cervical release in this neck. All right, we're almost there. Take both knees to the right. So just take that left knee up and over. Lengthen your arms out away from your knees for spinal twist. Exhale. Any variations you want to add in, you're welcome to. Bring the knees up and over to the other side. You can adjust the hips as you drop the knees to the left, arms to the right, or just the other side. Exhale. And then come back center, placing the feet on the floor. And just for the next few moments, do anything I might have missed. You want to pull your knees in, or happy baby, or bridge, or anything you want to add in for a moment. Any kind of wiggles you want to get out before we come into Shavasana. Take a few breaths. You could do plow or shoulder stand, anything that feels good for you. Maybe just hang out. Take one more breath wherever you are. Any kind of variation of moving around that feels good. We're going to come into a little tourniquet ball. So as you come back center to the back, you're going to bring your knees into your chest. Maybe wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your head and shoulders off the ground. Pull yourself into a little ball and even hold your breath. Take an inhale and hold. And as you exhale, right into Shavasana, relaxation posture, whatever you want to call it. For just a few moments of stillness. So as you stay in Shavasana, you're welcome to close your eyes or anything that might feel comfortable for you, and breathe. Take an inhale through the nose and an exhale out through the mouth. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just relax. Be heavy on the floor and breathe. Bergamot if you like, palms up. No bergamot, palms down. Obviously not on the video. I walked through rain that never touched my skin. Stood in the wind, but it blew me in. You spoke no words, but I heard you clear. Time forward twice when you appeared. My shoes forgot how to follow the ground. Your eyes bent back, turned it upside down. I held your hand, but felt the whole sky shift. Baby, I swear I never felt like this. No stars above, but everything shines. You don't chase me, you realize I don't fall, I float, I drift in a love so strange. I never felt like this, never like the clocks all stopped, but the night moved on. You whispered silence, and my doubts were gone. I lost my name in your gentle abyss, where nothing is loud, but everything fits. There's no map here, no love, no line, but you touch my soul like you built the design. And I walk blind, but I don't miss, 'cause something deeper guides all of this. No sound at all, yet I hear you sing. No touch, no fire, still I feel everything. I don't fall, I float, I drift in your impossible love. I never felt like this. I once believed love had a face, but yours has no shape, just grace. And still, I never felt like this. Take an inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. And in your own time, start to wiggle the fingers and toes, making any kind of movement that might bring a little energy back to the body when you're ready. With no rush, you're welcome to sit up or stay where you are. It is your practice, but I will say namaste. Thank you so much for your time, energy, and effort. Have a nice night. Namaste.